Alright, hello and welcome to another draft here. Let's see what we're looking at. Sequel Command. 4 mana sorcery. Big deal. Target creature casts +3/+3 and gains flying. Creature card with CMC 2 or less. From you get to the left, target player draws a card on this 1 life, target opponent sacks a creature. Doesn't seem terrible. Doesn't seem terrible. This card is basically a giant growth for decks with that gain life. This card seems reasonable. 2 mana, learn, seems okay. And this guy is really good actually. The little birdie is pretty solid in blue-red decks. Combat versus this card is very, very powerful actually. It's like a 4 mana that attacks as a 3/3 flyer at the least, and then it can mess things up. I think I'm just gonna start with Sequel Command. Again, early in the format, I usually like to try out the rares and see what's up. This guy apparently is pretty messed up. So 5 mana, 2/4, and then your spirits get +1/+0. So it's sort of an anthem for your spirits. And then when one or more cards leave your graveyard, you create a 3/2 red and white spirit creature token. So this is really, really good in the red-white decks specifically, obviously. And apparently, like, for what I've seen, these decks, this color decks, basically don't really function without this guy. So I think I probably want to start there. Like, we could be Mardu-ish. Mardu is one of the color combinations that kind of works. So yeah, let's try this out. Inquisition, that's funny. Okay, so 2 mana, 2/2, lifelink menace. Spells you cast at target creatures you control cost 2 less to cast. Lifelink menace is not a bad set of keywords to have. It's a legend. Huh. Kind of looks weird as a legend. I mean, it does have a bunch of keywords, so I guess it makes sense. Sure, let's actually start with this right here. This card is fine. Feels like a shock overall most of the time. But yeah, let's start with Killian Ink Duelist. See where we go from there. Inquisition is probably an okay pickup as well. Also, the art is kind of sweet. Yeah. Seems solid. Okay, so... Ooh, this card apparently... I've seen it in action a little bit and it's kind of nice. So it's basically 3 mana, 3/1. And if you play an instant or sorcery, it becomes a 3/1 flyer or lifelink. Or of course, if you play 2, you get both effects. So it's pretty nice. I don't really see anything that would interest me anyways. Defend the Campus seems pretty mediocre. And this card also seems pretty mediocre. This card could be okay though. Depends on the amount of lessons that you have and the quality of lessons that you have, I guess. But this card, I'm really hoping to wheel because of the Quintorius. But yeah, let's go with this card. So far we have 1 spell only, so hoping to find something a little bit better here. Would like to see some removal. Not that. Ooh. This guy's pretty solid. So this is a synergy with Quintorius, and it's also card advantage. So it's a 5 mana 2/2. When it comes into play, you return target creature with CMC 3 or less from your graveyard to your hand. So pretty solid. Nothing else that's too interesting. In fact, very few cards in our colors, but this one's pretty good one to pick up. Also Spirit, so it gets buffed by the Quintorius. What do we got here? So this card works really, really well with Quintorius. because basically you get a free 3/2 every turn as long as you have cards in your graveyard, which you probably do. 3 mana, target player sacks a creature, you create a 2/1 flying blank black inkling. Seems like filler, seems like filler, seems like filler. So I guess do we want to... let's just go with the activist, I guess. Archivist. Still not sure whether I'm going for the black cards or the red cards. I think I'm going for the black cards. Removal spell sounds good. One of the campuses that's not in on colors. This seems like a waste of a card, honestly. 5 mana 3/3 flying, worth pay 3 life. Seems super mediocre. Yeah, exile target tapped creature. Seems like okay removal. Not great, because it's basically removal that only really works when you're behind, but when you're getting attacked. But you know, it is flavorful with the Quintorius, right? So flavorful pickup there. Oh yeah, this card is just so bad. Don't even look at it. It's a lesson. Ooh, this actually works with the Quintorius here. So it's a 1/1 menace, and you pay 3 and you exile, and you draw a card and you lose a life. It's kind of interesting. Would I rather have fixing? Or the Eager Festier? Let's just have some fixing actually. Ooh, that's cool. I like this. We get to learn. So I guess I'm going to be valuing the learn cards a little bit higher. We also see the campus. Man, all of these cards I would be fairly happy with. Maybe this card is good. I have no idea. This card also seems really good. The lag is real. Whenever you create it, 3/2. Yeah, doesn't. This wheeling is very surprising to me. This card looks very good. Yeah. Guess. Seems pretty bad, but ooh, nice. Nice pickup here. Also an instant speed trick, and it can trigger our Killian. Sorry, it can trigger our this thing. Pledge Mage. And it's just a nice and efficient removal spell. That's cool. Let's take the Biblioplex Assistant. This card seems so bad. Okay, so so far it feels like, ooh, wow, crazy. So far it feels like we are in black, white, kind of splashing for Quintorius. What is this guy? 1/1 menace lifelink. If a non-token creature an opponent controls will die exiled instead, when you do, you may pay 2. If you do, create a 1/1 pest. 4 mana 4. When you gain life, you may pay 1. If you do, put the pest on the creature you control. With those creatures gain trouble. Holy crap! Like their right side is insane. Probably not good for us though. 2 mana 2/2 vigilance. When it attacks, it gains fly anything else. If you control a creature with flying, the same is true for first strike, double strike, death touch, indestructible, etc. Not great. We don't have many cards that put counters. So we don't have many synergies there. Could just get this card. This card seems pretty mediocre though. guess. I wish there will be a time where I get to draft this card. In the meantime, I guess we're gonna get Guiding Boys. Oh, we get another one of these, which is probably better. Whenever you cast any sorcery spell that targets only this, you may pay 2. If you do copy the spell, you may choose new targets for the copy. So I guess that it works well with fight spells. That's about it. Creature plus 2/2 and gains first strike. I guess no. Let's just get this. Nice. Whenever one or more cards are put into an exile during your turn, put it +1/+1. Probably not great. This guy's probably great, but not as good as this removal spell, I would imagine. 3 mana, 3/3. Also not as good as removal spell, Rip Apart. Also not as good as their other removal spell. Maybe we can wheel Rip Apart. Maybe we can not play this guy too. We'll see. This card is nuts. 3 mana, 2/1. When it enters the battlefield, you search your library for basic planes and you put it into your hand. And for 6 mana, you turn it from your graveyard to your hand. Like this card is insane. This card also seems quite solid. First strike, and whenever you Magecraft, it gets +1/+0. So it's pretty tough to block. But this guy's just nuts. This card is really, really good. So we actively want to trade this thing so we can get it back with the Rescuer, trigger Quintorius. We got some combos going on. We got some combos. We have 1 learned card so far. Another one of these. Select card from your graveyard, target creature gains flying for 4 mana. Seems a little bit inefficient. I'm probably gonna be wheeling this, right? So I guess I take the expanded anatomy. Or do I just get another one of these? I could just grind like crazy. Try to wheel one of those. Probably another one of another Lash of Malice. This is the other consideration. Probably not worth it though. Like I'm fairly black-white at this point. Campus guy maybe helps find the red, but like this card is not card advantage, right? It lets you put it's just fixing, but it's not really card advantage because it puts the card on top of your deck. How many 5-drops can we afford to play? Probably rather have access to this card. This dice learn. I don't have any way to sack it. Yeah, let's go with. It's pretty great to have access to the first copy of this. It probably means that I don't need to play the Campus Guide even at some point, and we can still fairly easily splash Quintorius off of a single basic. Oh, well, this card in theory synergizes with what we're doing. Also, mostly I don't like any of the other cards. Okay, here we go. Fixing a lesson defined of so far only off of our professor symbology. I think I'm going with the dual. We're kind of doing fine in terms of creatures, so I'm not looking forward for another copy of this. I'm fairly certain if we really want it, we can probably pick it up later too. It's a lesson that we can actually get and cast. Sure. Doesn't seem great. Rip apart wield. Wow. So I guess nobody's playing this color combo, because I imagine this is just extremely high pick. So I'm just gonna pick this up and splash it. Another lesson, or put 2+1/+1 counters on a creature. Probably just having access to the lesson is gonna be more valuable overall. Okay. Okay. Not looking bad so far. Not looking horrible. We're not looking great either, but beginning of your end step, mill a card. If a land was milled this way, you gain 1 life, otherwise it deals 1 damage to each opponent. 5 exile creature from your graveyard, create a tap 3/2. So you just mill yourself. So you pass on a creature, but it's not gonna target a creature, activate only as a sorcery. Campus, not bad. Casmina. $10 tickets. All right. If Casmina weren't here, I'd probably take the campus. We may still be able to wield the campus, honestly. Another rip apart. Or discard or discard. Huh. Think I'm taking the combat professor. This is also potentially solid. Nah, the professor seems great. We do have a reasonable amount of removal. This is removal, this is removal, this is removal. And 2 Lash of Malices. And this seems like a pretty solid way of ending the game. Humiliate. +1/+1 counter plus duress. I guess plus Thoughtseize. This could be good actually. Helix. That's kind of sick. Really hoping to wield that campus now. Maybe we can play just only 1 Lash of Malice, because now we have better removal. Our removal was pretty good, actually. Another campus. Flunk. -6/6, and the where it gets a 7 minus counted that creature controller's hand. That is really good at instant speed. That's very good removal. I guess I'd rather just have good mana though. Our creatures are super mopey. Alright, there we go. That's a big creature. Return a spirit instant or sorcery from you give it to your hand. 6 mana flyer. And again, like it looks weird, but in reality, this is just a single red. This is not 2 red. You only need a single red source to be able to cast this, and 2 white sources. So it's a lot easier to cast than it looks. And it does seem like the best card in the pack too. So that's cool. Okay, so I guess we're gonna finish the game with a bunch of flyers. We have a plan. We have a plan. Mana fixing? Yep. Sign me up. That's not the pack we opened. This is also not the pack we opened. This is double red. A little bit sketchy. Yeah, let's just get another compass. Wow, our mana is just perfect, actually. It's gonna be interesting to build this deck. It's gonna be interesting to build this one. It's a card that can learn. Maybe we want that. Dust Mage or Effigy. Okay. Okay, it seems like we're actually we're playing a little bit more of a long game, so maybe Arrogant Poet is not where we want to be. And it's nice the combo between Killian and this thing. So we can, for 2 mana, put 2+1/+1 counter on Killian, and then we can just pump our entire team. Seems pretty strong. So we're gonna have to make probably 5 cuts. Probably 5 cuts. So this one can go. That's the easy one. Start Pupil can probably also go. A little bit Lackluster. Rip Apart, Helix, Vanish Inverse, Humiliate, Study Break could probably go as well. Expel, Command, Elocution. So want to be base white. We don't have many ways of putting counters and stuff. Because this doesn't even put counters, which is honestly pretty brutal. This puts counters and that's about it. So maybe we don't want 2 of these. Oh, this puts counters. This doesn't. Nope, that's about it. That's everything that puts counters. We probably want a single basic mountain so we can get off Campus Guide and we can get off Professor of Symbology. And then we are going to be base white. Then black. We have a lot of duels, so our mana should be fine, I would imagine. I wonder if I should just be playing 16 lands. Still not familiar enough with the format to know whether that's something that we're interested in doing. I mean, we do have a couple of 6 drops, so we probably want to be playing Probably want to be playing 17. Very interesting. Let's start with 16 and see how it feels. I guess I'm just gonna get stuck with 5 drops in my hand a little bit too often. So let's cut this and just make 17. So minor value, combine groups. Let's add basics. So this is 10 white sources. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 black sources, 4 red sources, and we also have Campus Guide and Professor of Symbology as fixing. Okay, sweet. So this is what we're gonna be battling with. So hopefully you'll join me for round number 1. I'll see you there. Round number 1 of this black, white, splashing red draft. We can humiliate on 2, but it's kind of humiliating to just be a Thoughtseize, so probably gonna try to get that thing into play before we do that. So ideally we would draw a 2-drop into... Okay, so far so good. I'm liking where this is going. Now, ETB tapped land or an actual land. If we find a swamp off the top next turn, it's gonna be amazing. If we find a swamp next turn, we get to kill the apprentice, humiliate them, okay, no such luck, so we're just gonna Lash of Malice, the Wither Room Apprentice. We're obviously gonna choose flying here. That's dead. Fairly mana inefficient turn, but it is what it is. They're swinging? That's why they're swinging. What do you got? Gruff, Crushing Disappointment, and... So they can make me sack a creature. They can draw 2. Take 2. Yeah, I'm gonna take the removal spell. We're in a very awkward spot where like we can't really do anything. All the life linking attackers. Pretty silly. All right, there we go. We find the land, we're going to be in really good shape. It's a big dude. They can double block if they want, they don't. If we block, yeah, we just block here. This becomes a 4/4. That's fine. They need to play 2 threats in order to block my 5/5. Oh, well, I guess there's that. Get pet summoning. Very annoying. Also, it exiles, which is brutal. Still kind of okay. You're gonna have the pests, which are really annoying because they glow the blood researcher. 5/5 dude, okay. It's not block, and I'm gonna just try to kill them in the air. Removal. Okay. Just have to pass. So I guess I'm gonna double block something. And then we can get back to Pilgrim. And then next turn we can play another Rescuer. So double block. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah. So double block there. Sure. Pilgrim. This card is kind of absurd. 1, 2, 3. Pilgrim. Plains. Land. Rescuer. Get the backward card. Card advantage. Card advantage. Card advantage. So now we have the Expel to kill the Gruff. We're swinging in the air. Guess I'm swinging in the ground too. Like they kind of have to trade, which is a very good trade for me. Spell. Sure, that's a good attack. Croc is brutal though. Oh man. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. So okay, so I'm out of basics, literally. And I guess I'm trading with the Croc. Good thing that we gained a bunch of life off of this guy, because it's been rough out here. My opponent's flooding pretty badly too. Yep, that's a player. That one, please. Yeah, I don't want to trade with this because my opponent gets to draw a card. Although I don't need to show them anything, this is just lethal. Question mark? Sweet. Got him. It felt like we were base red in that in that game because of how we drew our lands. My opponent's playing black-green. I don't think there's any sideboarding that I want. They didn't show me like a really high amount of X2s. They showed me more bigger creatures. So I don't think I want another Lash of Malice. Though both Helix and Rip Apart line up very well against the Croc. Both of those cards really line up very well against the Croc. That wasn't a very impressive showing for this card. Very, very impressive showing. Sure. Not a good top deck. Not a good top deck. So I guess we're gonna go Dusk Mage and then following turn Humiliate plus tap land, I guess. CMC 2 or less, brutal. I think I want to take the removal spell? Is that crazy? I think so. Because I kind of have answers to everything else. I know this card is just larger than one of theirs. Okay. Blood Researcher. Wow, they're just chump attacking like that just to grow the Blood Researcher. And it grows really quickly. So it may be the correct line, actually. Man, this being a sorcerer really sucks. So draw a card, target opponent sacks a creature. We really need to find one of the removal spells for the Blood Researcher. That's brutal, man. That's so brutal. We flooded so much. Yeah, I'll take 5. Don't give me a land, please. Please don't give me a land. That's ridiculous. That's just absolutely ridiculous. So we're just dead. We have to chomp. Yeah, we're just dead. That's insane. Wow. Can't believe the amount of lands we drew. Okay. Am I supposed to just play this card because I need removal for the really big stuff? Just cut that one. This is cool. So we have some pretty good mana. Professor looking pretty good here, actually. All right, Prof, hook me up. Environmental Sciences. Next turn we get to find our mountain. Sure. I guess we're not attacking into that. All right. So I guess we're drawing a white source. I guess I'm drawing a swamp because we have the thing that fetches planes. We have the spirit that fetches planes, so I'm gonna keep the planes in the deck. So if they play the life gain dude, that's just amazing for us. What is this? Tap, discard a card, create a pest. Each opponent mills cards equal to the amount of life you gain this turn. Exile target card, 4 targets from a single graveyard, draw a card. Like, we could blow that up, but it just doesn't do anything. Turn to target creature, land, and place one card from your graveyard to your hand. Display against 4, exile, restorative. Like, it just literally doesn't do anything at all. Like, it just makes 1/1 pests at the cost of cards. Doesn't strike to me as a particularly great deal, if I'm being honest. I have all of these removal, and I have nothing to use it on. Opponent, give me stuff to kill, please. Give me stuff to kill, opponent. Why are all your cards so shitty? Play a good card so I can blow it up. Village Rights. It's pretty sick. Alright. Alright. We can get behind that. They basically discarded a land to draw 2. It's not bad. This card is really bad though. So they're missing land drops, but they discarded a forest to discard. And they milled me? Do they know that it's just great for them to mill me? Like it's actively good? Quintorius. Those were good cards though. Gonna miss those cards. Good old miss land drop, discard land to the thing. I'm blocking so fast. I'm blocking so fast, my opponent does not even have any idea. I really want them to mill me and just mill the dude that comes back to my hand so I can get free 3/2s. Yeah, it's not a good plan. Wait, how did they gain 4 life? Oh, because this gains 2. Never mind. Sure. Create pest. Sure. That works out just fine, doesn't it? I guess I want to scry first, and then I can untap and kill that. Yep, send that to the bottom. Take care of that. It's gonna get ripped apart. I guess if they want, they can double block this thing. So you can make a dude. Other cards, show me the Wrath. Show me the Wrath if you got it. So we attack with everything. They block here. They take 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. They gain 3 down to 1. Okay, I guess they can double block Menace guy. Okay. Up to 4. Mm-hmm. Scry. That's not enough. I guess I want to upkeep Scry. The Helix is gone. We have the dude, the bird, big bird. I good thing I scryed that to the bottom. So what do they block with? We're trading? Man, we kind of whiffing with the... We have the Quintorius in play, but we just can't really get good value of it. It's pretty rough. That was a good top deck, though. They exiled from their graveyard instead of mine. I am perplexed. I am perplexed. Nope. No lifelink for you. Wait. That target a creature. Not that target this creature. That's a lot better than I thought. This is a lot better than I thought it was. That is really, really nice. Alright, sweet, we got there. Wow, this card is a lot better than I thought. Sweet. See you for round number 2. Alright, round number 2. Are they? Maybe it's kind of cool. My opponent is playing the 42 card special. You love to see it. Weird hand, but I'm gonna keep it. Like, we have spells, we can actually cast a bunch of these spells. Single white source just enables our entire hand, and white sources are what we have the most. Needs more shock. More shock lands. Oh yeah. Gotta love them shock lands. Some pretty good mana fixing right there. It's sad that we don't get to Vanish Inverse whatever they play, but it seems like they're missing a land drop. Hoo baby. Yeah, let's go with the 3-1. They can't miss another land drop. If they miss a land drop, the game is probably just over. And whatever the play, I'm super happy to trade this because we already have the Rescuer in hand. So yeah, I just know that they're dead. Don't even want to see what my deck is doing. They're just like, I'm done. Let's move on. Well, this hand is interesting. So I guess we have 2 draw steps to find any land, and then we're Gucci. I guess I'm gonna keep this. I'm gonna risk it. Any land just leaves me in perfect shape, right? Because I can just Professor into the other card, the one that finds my land drop. So we should be in really, really good shape. And if I happen to find like a swamp, we're just gonna be cooking. We're just gonna be cooking. I got some boots. Ding, ding, ding. That's a winner. This is 2 to equip. Yeah, 2 to equip. Flying Death Toucher. Maybe I should be playing the Professor there. Maybe I'm getting a little bit greedy here. Yeah, maybe I'm getting a little bit greedy here. Because I could have played the Professor. Next turn we guarantee land drop, get a swamp, we Lash of Malice this thing. Yeah. Yeah, I'm regretting my line now. Yep, regretting my line. I'm gonna play the Professor now. No attacks, no blocks. Okay. Do they know they could have just countered this? Right? Just wanted to get cute and give me a free 2-1. I'll take it. And if they learn, we can humiliate them, which is pretty nice. Yep. These cards are just tough to play in this format. Basically any format, just in limited period. Let's put a counter there. And I think I'm just attacking. Now that I know they have a golden ratio in hand, which again, like this card seems extremely bad to me. Like they can't really block, otherwise the golden ratio just doesn't draw cards whatsoever. Like this is just embarrassing. Sure. I guess they are blocking. So now the golden ratio draws 0 cards instead of 1. That was actually a pretty insane humiliating, to be honest. Pretty humiliating. Humiliate. Whatever. You get what I'm trying to say. You get what I'm trying to say here. We're kind of doing it. I wonder if this is something that's gonna happen because of Kaldheim. I wonder if people are gonna be just overvaluing equipment because it was so good in Kaldheim. So I wonder if we're gonna see a lot more people just jamming random equipment, which is the opposite. Usually, equipment is really bad in draft, or most equipment is pretty bad in draft. But in Kaldheim it was different because that was like the format where actually equipment was very, very powerful. Because you had all of the like 1 and 2 drop equipments that only equipped for a single mana. But I wonder if this is like the post-Kaldheim syndrome where people are just overvaluing equipment. Also, they should have done this on my turn. This is an instant. Do I just have lethal here? I think I just have lethal here. I think my opponent might just be new to Magic or like new to the format or whatever. So put 2+1% counters on something. Other creatures, yeah, this is just lethal. And that's gonna get flying. Just boost itself. Got you at 5, opponent. Yeah, my opponent's playing a bunch of cards that are just not very good. All right, sweet. Let's see if we can finally get one trophy. See you there. All right, here we go. Time for the last round. I mean, this hand has perfect mana. We're gonna keep it. We did get paired against another 2-0, which is not a given in MTGO. I think I'd rather hold on to that one. Expel. This is not great. If we do get to untap, maybe it's okay, but like the fact that this is a 3-drop and a 4-drop and it was our first play and we have the Rescuer in hand kind of sucks. We only have a single white source, so we can't double spell next turn. Brutal. Well, definitely humiliating here. See what they got. Elemental Masterpiece, Draconic Intervention. 4 mana initially cost to cast a spell, exile an instant or sorcerer from your graveyard. There's X damage to each non-dragon creature where X is the exiled card's mana value. If a creature dealt damage this way would die, exile it instead. And you exile this. So I guess I'm taking care of this, because my opponent can cast it in a couple of turns. And this is gonna attack as a 4/4. Actually, they would have been able to cast it this very turn. We can attack as a 4/4. Probably not worth it. Just chill back to block. It would force my opponent to use the Arcane Subtraction, I guess. Subtraction, whatever. Discard. Play the island. I mean, the combat professor is kind of holding the fort here. Okay. Okay. I mean, they can sweep if they want, but just like their board is better than mine, so it doesn't really make any sense. 5 mana. Yeah, that's pretty good. Yeah, that's pretty good. Okay, so what am I exiling? think I'm exiling the 2/4. I wonder if my opponent is just going to discard the Draconic Intervention here. No, they discard another Spectacle Mage. I can't believe this. Ugh. The saddest timeline. Really tough for us to not be able to cast this card. We have like 6 swamps in the entire deck. Those are the only cards in our entire deck that don't cast this one. And we drew 4 of the 6. Oh man, feels bad. Feels bad. Okay. Cut on top, cut on top. I'm definitely blocking and forcing the card out of the hand. We're also saving damage. Now they're gonna just use this card, but I think that's fine. Sure. Heyo. So if I don't play, I guess I get to scry. Because otherwise I'm playing into a sweeper. Here my opponent cannot use a sweeper. But they can play Elemental Summoning for 4 mana. So here I'm putting my opponent in a situation where they don't know when to sweep. There's an argument for actually playing Elocution and targeting this because it replaces itself when it has a counter. So there's definitely an argument for doing that. Are they going for it? No, going for the Elemental Summoning. Okay, but they're just like throwing more stuff into their own sweeper. So this gives me control. Like this is not that bad for me. White source, yeah, I guess we want that. White, red, white. Just gonna get the 5-drop back. So now we kind of have a better board than my opponent. But my opponent has enough on board where they can't really sweep. And I have 3 business spells in hand. Yeah, this is the problem. This is obviously the problem, the fact that my opponent can just like go other route. This is tight. This is tight. Maybe that was an argument for doing the elocution. Trade in there, take 5. Don't want to shuffle, but we want to put counters here. So now they can't attack on the ground anymore. They do have the flyer, but we can play another flyer next turn. They could have another tap spell. Like, they looked at the top 5 cards. Like, that's just so much. That is so much. Yeah. I'm just gonna die in the air. Okay, so they pitched the sweeper. Oh, I fucked it up. No, I guess I didn't, because I'm dead to the flyers. Never mind, never mind, never mind. I'm still dead to the flyers, though, so I'm thinking that I'm just gonna lose. Okay, yeah. Yeah, that tempo loss there ended up being too much. Okay, so they have a lot of X2, so I'm just definitely gonna go with Lash of Malice. Anything else? Probably not. This is reach, I like that. We do have some business cards. Like, we really do have some good cards. It's pretty unfortunate that just couldn't find them. I mean, our war mana just didn't work, so couldn't get everything in time. Definitely keeping this. Two drop would have been sick there. One turn too late, bro. I still want to play the 3-drop because if I find another black source, I can double spell. I can Killian into... Well, it's crazy to me that they take that draw when they're this far behind. That trade. Although I guess that they just don't have the time to be activating and stuff. Maybe that's why they took it. Really sucks, man. I think they're gonna play like the attacking creature thing. Or maybe not. Okay. Campus Guide for sure. We're gonna get a swamp. And now next turn we draw swamp and we can humiliate plus burst. We can also command. We have options. We have a lot of options. Can make them sack a creature and draw this card. This card is a really, really good one to have access to in the sideboard. It's been quite impressive. I guess it fucked up because I know about the sweeper. Practical research, yeah. I'm just gonna take the Draconic Intervention. Put a counter on this one. And pass the turn. Sure. Maelstrom Muse. So we're gonna be able to kill this. We're gonna be able to kill this. Discard a card, then draw a card. When you discard an sorcery card this way. Okay. So they used it as a removal spell. Play that guy. Pass the turn. Oh, they discarded Practical Research. Huh. It's kind of interesting, actually. Well. Guess we're on the back foot now. Because we can't hit land drops. Okay. So the good thing about getting duelist here is that because this card targets a creature is going to only cost 2. Man, this being a sorcery just really sucks. Really falling behind here. This removal spell is looking awful. So we can make them sack, and I guess plus is flying is just terrible. It's gonna draw and make them sack. So I guess it doesn't cost 2 less. Alright, that's a good one. So now we can expel, then we can past color. We can't really attack as I'd rather be blocking, so I can use this. Really are in a tight spot here. Honestly, our opponent's deck is just better than ours. It just lights up better against ours. Wasabi? What? Okay. Fractal summoning. Every single freaking creature is 2 colors. God damn it. Every single stupid creature is 2 colors. So they have the tapping spell. So I think I just want to expel right now, play around counter magic. Well, I guess I fucked that one up. Forgot that this is cheaper. So imagine they're gonna tap these and these. And force me to do some chump blocking. And now they're gonna play a monocolored spell that I could have exiled. Okay, they didn't. At least I feel less like an idiot. Can't really start attacking here. I think I'm gonna do this now though. So now at least they don't have attackers either. Sweet. So now their end step, I can kill their Spectacle Mage. And then I can start swinging. I don't think I'm supposed to side this out though. Like this could definitely be a problem. Oops, forgot to scry. Damn it. This time I remembered. So that's another flyer, which is nice. 1 out of 4. And now we have enough to set up a lethal attack next turn. Yes! Yes! We somehow got there. Okay. So this one looks pretty poor. So I guess we're bringing this instead. Don't love it. 6 mana spell doesn't have me particularly thrilled. But like I just almost lost the game with this card rotting in my hand, so. Oh man, what a match. What a match we're playing here. Okay. Like this hand a lot. I like this hand a lot. Perfectly fine. So we're just gonna play it 2-1 and not shuffle. have good mana here. Is this just as it is? Fine. I think we can pass. Because we can play the dude and humiliate in the same turn. Sure, that's fine. Huge! Wow, that's huge. One has got nothing. They do have the land. Okay, weird attack. Yeah, just make it 3-2. It's not great, but better than nothing. They don't scry. I guess they just did the same thing that I did, just completely forgot like an idiot. Okay. Please don't have a busted card in hand. Oh, I should have pumped the other guy. So my opponent can't block. Yep. Definitely should have pumped the other guy. Put a card on top. That is really scary. That's very, very scary. Yep. Wonder if the damage that I just missed is gonna punish me. This card is very powerful. They have one card in hand, but they looked at the top 5 cards to find something. I think I need... I guess I'm not gonna overextend. We know our opponent has the sweeper. And they can exile 7, so they can wipe my board. That really sucks. Okay, we can find some flyers though. Bottom. Removal is also good. Wait till damage. Red, white, helix. Yeah, the 2-turn clock here. We get to scry once again. It's pretty good top deck. Have a couple of 4/4s. Gross. The opponent's trying to race now. Okay, take the trade. Oh, that's brutal. So we do have perfect info at least. Four, 5. And this entering tapped it's pretty bad too. We have good draws here though. We have very, very good draws. We have the 4/2 flyer would be a huge draw because that also gets back the helix. We can draw. Gonna get a 3/2 here. Another Lash of Malice would actually be pretty solid too. Huge draw. I think that's enough to win. I think that is enough to win. That was such a greedy attack from my opponent. That was such a greedy attack. Such a big draw. Massive draw. Helix for the win. Oh my god, it's lining helix. It's lining helix. Oh my god. Yes, first trophy. Finally. Finally we managed to snag a trophy. This was pretty sweet. This was a pretty great deck. It's possible my opponent's deck in the last round was a little bit better, but our hands kind of lined up. We managed to push through the damage when we needed it, and it ended up being pretty good. Was a good time. This draft format looks very good. This draft format looks extremely enjoyable so far. So definitely looking forward to making more limited content. That's gonna be it for this league though. Hopefully you enjoyed it. Let me know down in the comments if you did, and don't forget to hit the like and subscribe button while you're at it. I'll see you in the next video, folks. Bye bye. Take care.